Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I know you guys are gonna be like, girl, you look a mess, but really what this is gonna mean is that I'm coming to you guys with a skincare video. So skincare is something that has actually been really important to me for a long time. It's just that it's evolved and it's changed throughout the years. I actually was somebody who was into skincare even back when I was in high school, but I didn't really know about skincare, you know, like I knew, okay, wash my face, have a serum. I had really great skin. I never was somebody to deal with breakouts. Even through college and stuff, had really nice skin. I would just still kind of wash and think, ooh, everything's just great because I do this. And then I got pregnant. When I got pregnant, sent me into a whirlwind of everything that I had never experienced. So all of a sudden, really bad acne scarring, sensitive skin, just a whole gamut. And my skin was an absolute train wreck. So with my skin being all of a sudden a train wreck, I needed to really go back into skincare and really educate myself. And really, it was a lot of trial and error. It's been 2 years, you guys, of me really figuring out what works for my skin and what doesn't. And I wanted to come on here and share this with you guys because a lot of you guys have messaged me on my Instagram, which will be somewhere on the screen right here. You can go and you can follow me. But a lot of people have said, you know, your skin looks so glowing, or like this, or what are you using? Because people know how bad it was, and I really wish I would have taken pictures or documented. But to be honest, I was so embarrassed with the way that my skin was looking and didn't think that it was ever going to get better that I didn't even bother to have before. And then now I look and I'm like, shoot, because my skin is by no means perfect, but it is so much better than it used to be. And one of the things that I think I learned most of all is that you can put however much makeup you want on your face. If your face is not going to be a good canvas to put that makeup on, it's like painting, then it's not going to change it. It's just going to be even worse, to be quite frankly. And to be honest, which also took me a while, I thought, let me just go and get all these makeup products to try to cover this or cover that. And then I realized you need to get to the root of the issue, which is my skin, and take care of my skin, and the makeup will follow. And so I think that is what people notice the most, is like now when I do my makeup, it's like a whole nother thing and people are like, this looks so great. And it is because my canvas itself is so much better. I wanted to do a series because we could be here for a decade, and I know I do not like decade-long videos, so I don't want this to be a decade-long video of my skincare that I use in times like right now, which is when I am having a breakout, or I would say like when my skin is being disrespectful. So when my skin decides to be disrespectful, I do have my go-tos, and like this is my solid regimen that I find really nips it in the bud. It calms it down, it gets it to go away, and then I can continue on to my regular skincare regimen. But I wanted to share these products with you guys, how I use them. You do by no means need all of these products. It's just that I've simply become a skincare junkie ever since I've been really trying to take care of my skin. The first thing that I want to say is that when it comes to skincare, it is what you put in your body. So I do try to drink tons and tons of water. I know that it's so cliche. I know that so many people talk about it, you guys, but it is so true, especially because I drink a lot of this, the coffee, the acidity and stuff in the coffee does not help your skin at all. So I try to be mindful that when I take that sip of coffee, I'm also pumping the water. So make sure that you guys are taking care of what you put in your body, including even eating. Trust and believe, you guys, a lot of times you guys see me with breakouts, it's going to be that I was doing something I was not supposed to. Whether that be sleeping in my makeup. Oh, I know. But my skin tells on me immediately now. I used to be able to get away with a lot, now I can't. If I sleep in my makeup, if I'm eating crappy, if I'm eating a lot of fatty foods, if I'm eating a lot of chocolate, my skin is going to tell on me. So this is one of the things to know, is when you start to get breakouts on your foreheads, things like that, as a lot of times this is stress, which I have been under a lot of stress. So this is going to be some of your stress breakouts. When you do get some of the breakouts along your cheeks and things like that, that's what you're eating. Around your chin and mouth and stuff is usually hormonal. So keep that in mind, that also your face will tell you what's going on as well. So for me, I I am going through a lot of stress, so I'm having some stress breakouts, but that doesn't mean that I still can't take care of my skin and still can't minimize it. I also am having some of the diet, but not as much. And then I am just getting over my lovely time. So I am also getting over residual of my hormonal breakouts. So let me dive into what I do when my skin needs to kind of get back in control. So let's talk about face wash. When it comes to face wash, I still haven't found that face wash that I absolutely positively love yet, so I don't have one in here. I definitely don't have one that is specifically for when I'm having a breakout that I want. So if you guys have one that you love that's gentle but effective, definitely leave that down below. I have done the African black soap, but what I don't like about it is that I don't have a container for it. And so I feel like at first it's really great. And then I just start to get a little bit skeeved out because I'm like, oh, okay, this is like a bar just sitting here. It's going to get contaminants on it. How effective can that be in clearing my skin if I'm leaving it out to things for it to get nasty, almost like a sponge? So if you guys know African black soap that either comes in like a liquid type form that's in a bottle or anything like that, I would love to hear about that and try it, because African black soap is something that I really do love. When it comes to removing my makeup, what I like to use when I'm having these times is the actual Shea Moisture African Black Soap Clarifying Facial Wipes. I don't know if these necessarily are that much better than my Neutrogena ones, which I use as well, but I just feel like because it's got the African black soap, that's still just at least a little bit better than nothing. So let's talk about after I've washed my face. When I've worn makeup, especially days that I've had heavy makeup, I like to immediately go in and use the Skindinavia post makeup recovery spray. One of the reasons that I really love this is because it does have zinc and things in it, which really help to prevent clogged pores. They really help with breakouts, and I have noticed a difference when I use this and that zinc, especially like I said, because I'm such a heavy makeup wearer. I do like this. And then this is going to be a combo. I don't do all of these things obviously every night, but it just depends on what really is going on. So I do have two products here. Wait, 2, 3. I have 3 products here that I'm about to talk about, and I will tell you the function of each one. So let me first go in with this. So this Kane and Austin Glycolic Peel. Love glycolic on me. Some people it doesn't work well for them, but for me, I love glycolic. Glycolic is just, and they call it the miracle pad. I was going to say it's just a miracle little wonder. What it does is it helps to really kind of get rid of all of the like crap on your skin. It's going to help with your fine lines. It's going to help with if you're getting wrinkles. It's going to help with your dark spots. It's just going to literally be such a great refresher to your skin. Think about it just basically helping to just slop off all the crud that you can't see but you know is there on your skin, in your pores. So what I like is I feel like this is like a reset. So when I feel like my skin is really especially not taking in the products that I'm using, then I use this because I'm like, you know what? Nope, we're getting a little bit too backed up. We're getting a little bit too clogged. So I love to take these pads and I like to wipe them on my face. It does have 30% glycolic, so you can use it morning and evening. I started just using it in the evening, and then I have now worked myself up to morning and evening. My skin can take it. So I would suggest just doing it once and then eventually moving up to twice a day when you need to. But so what I love to do, especially morning or night, is take this and put that all over my face, let it kind of slop off, like I said, all of that crud, and then use the products that need to go onto my skin for doing its job. The reason I'm not breaking this up into a morning and a nighttime skincare, I'll probably do that in morning and nighttime routine videos, is because I do a lot of my heavy stuff at night. Daytime I'm very simple, but nighttime is when you're gonna see, that's why I've got all the products. So I do, like I said, take this, I like to put this on my face, I let it sit there for a little bit. It does have a slight tingling, not a burning sensation, and then I know that basically it's clearing out those pores and we are good to go. So now is going to be the stuff that I use to actually get into my skin, into my pores, and into those layers to really help treat my acne. The first one I'm going to talk about is the buffering lotion, and this is from Mario Badescu. What I love about this little wonder, you guys, so what this does is when you're starting to get those, like, I don't think I really have necessarily any right now, but let's say that I was getting kind of one of those really agitating pimples, so those ones that are like deep, they're painful, all of that kind of stuff, like they're not yet to the surface where you could pop them or anything, but you feel it, right? And you're in the pain. This I love because it gets right in there to clear that out. So after I've kind of cleared things, I love to put this, you shake it up, and then you can put it on the spots that you're getting it, and I love to have it go in there, and it's basically going to go ahead and kind of dry that up, and it's going to help to diminish that. And so I use that in conjunction with some other things. They say you can use it with their drying mask, which I'll talk about in a moment. But how I typically use it is I will put this on the spots that I'm really having the breakouts in, and then I'll actually go in with my first mask, which is my first go-to, which is the tea tree night mask. And so literally my nighttime routine will look like when I'm having just a major breakout and freak out. This is actually kind of more in the healing stages for me, but let's say that I was getting a lot of active breakouts, I was seeing a lot that were coming to the surface, then what I would do is I would use my glycolic, I would go in with my buffering lotion, and then I would just put on this night mask, and I would call it a night. And I just let that seep into my skin, and I find that usually that helps to try to combat it, and then I find that it actually goes ahead and starts getting into the healing stage almost immediately overnight. When I'm in sort of this mode of it's clearing but it's not out of the woods yet, is when I will go in with the buffering lotion if need be to any that are maybe still painful or just not going down at all. But my next thing that I start to use is the anti-acne serum from Mario Badescu. This is something that is more recently purchased, but I've still been using it for a little bit, and I do like it. So what I like to do is just take a little bit of this and put it onto my skin. So we've knocked out the mask, and so now I just go in with basically this at this point. So like tonight I would literally just kind of wash my face, go with the glycolic, and then I would use this anti-acne serum just to at first seep into the pores, just to kind of just make sure any kind of residual, that we don't have any new breakouts coming, and that it's still helping to clear out the ones that I already have. And then let's get into what I do after that. So when I do that tea tree mask, it is to really try to take control. But now that I'm in a maintenance, I feel like at this point, and it's just like, okay, let's get back to kind of normal. What I like to do is go in after I've done my serum, and I like to just do a little bit of a spritz of this rose water, which, you guys, I love this skincare line, the Valentia. I am not sponsored or anything, but I do have a code because I love them so much, and they know I love them so much that they gave me a code to be able to share with you guys and like my Instagram followers, that you can get a discount. But one of the things that I found for my skin is moving towards more natural products has been a dream. So having this rose water that is 100% organic, I like to spray this over my face. It's just very nice. It's very refreshing. And if I could literally bathe in this, I would. Like, this is absolutely positively amazing. So I do that to kind of just refresh myself. And then I like to go in with their vitamin E oil. Vitamin E oil is what helps your spots. So I used to have basically hyperpigmentation and really black, basically my entire cheeks. Like, it was very embarrassing. I would not walk out of the house, honestly, without makeup. Now I'll walk out of the house without makeup. Sure, I've got some scarring, whatever, but I'm not as embarrassed now. I feel like of my skin texture and tone and everything as I used to be. Like, it was very bad. But so basically you put vitamin E, and what I like to do is obviously concentrate it on the spots where I still do get the hyperpigmentation and acne scars, and that's what it's going to do. It's going to help basically literally clear those up. It's great for scarring. It's great for, I mean, bruising, anything really. Vitamin E oil is great. And so I like to take literally just a little drop of this because it is so thick. I spray the rose water, do that, and then I find that it can kind of blend a little bit better onto my skin, and that is essentially my moisturizer. Like, that's all I'm doing when my skin is like this, because if I put too many products or anything like that, then I'm just gonna reclog my pores, and that's not going to be good. This last thing here, I'm just going to talk about a couple other masks that I like to use just in conjunction when I'm going through breakouts or disrespectful times with my skin. These are also from Mario Badescu, all three of these. I do want to say that I'm a huge fan of Mario Badescu. I am somebody who is not sponsored again by him or anything like that, but I have just found that it works really well on my skin. Doing natural products and doing Mario Badescu has just really worked wonders. I think they just don't put a lot of necessarily some of just the crap that other stuff has. I think they have really good ingredients, and my skin has just been reacting beautifully to it. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is the drying mask. And so the drying mask is essentially just that. I love to start, so when my acne is first coming on, I let it sort of kind of run its course, like when I wake up and just everything's in a breakout and an absolute mess. I use the drying mask. And so what I'll do is, let's say it's a Monday. So Monday, I've got the drying mask. I'm using that at night before I go in with like the serums and all that kind of stuff to try to treat it. I first go in with that to kind of first try to dry up everything. Like that buffering lotion said, you can use that underneath this for just like an added punch, which I like to do it more backwards. So I like to do the dry, like wash my face, do the drying mask, and then go in with that drying lotion and then my tea tree mask. And I find that that works better for me, but you know, hey, you do you. So say Monday happens, I'll do that Monday. Usually by Tuesday morning, I'm waking up, things are looking a lot better. Like, that's how immediate this is. And I'm not even kidding you guys. Like, immediately I start to see a difference. Things are like, okay, we're going to calm down. We're going to come back together. So then what I like to do is go in with so let's say now it is Tuesday. I kind of usually will see how my skin's going to do. I'll kind of leave my skin to just do my normal routine of probably usually again doing the buffering lotion and one more night of the tea tree, just to really make sure we've kind of killed anything or like got everything kind of calming down. And then by Wednesday, when things are starting to kind of be more in a, all right, we're gonna start getting back in line, is I'll go in with this special mask for oily skin. I do want to say that I'm combination to oily skin, but I found that if you have oily skin, and for so long I was doing all this stuff to take away the oils, which actually is terrible for you. It will make your skin produce even more oil. You're going to get even more breakouts. You're going to be even more frustrated. So I found that actually moisturizing my skin and to not be afraid of things that are moisturizing or for oils and things like that was actually the best thing I could have ever done for my skin. But that doesn't mean that sometimes it doesn't need to get in check. So usually then about Wednesday, I will use this mask, and this is just like a little, like it said, just special mask for oily skin. I feel like it's just this little like ball of wonder that I put on my face that just kind of evens everything. Because I've been doing such crazy things to my skin where I haven't been putting in a serum, I've just been really treating the acne, which can be very drying, it can be very crazy. I feel like using this combination mask kind of just like is like, okay, oil, before you get crazy and before you decide to overproduce, like, we're good. Here's your replenishment that you need, but then let's also go ahead and take care of some of the overproduction that's happening. Like, it's just this little jar of wonder. So I like to use this on Wednesday to kind of just like rebalance everything. And then Thursday I will again do skincare that is just the acne serum with like the vitamin E, but I'm still not really going ham to my full skincare routine, which you guys will see in another video. And so by Friday, now it's time to start treating my skin again and start rebuilding before I go into my normal skincare routine. So then that's when I like to use something like the Mario Badescu Whitening Mask. I like this because it does exactly that. And before any of my people of color think that it's one of those masks like back in the day where you're trying to like lighten your skin tone, no. This does not affect your skin tone, and where I put it is I put it on the spots where I've got the hyperpigmentation. So I actually put this one on a little weird. I literally put it like on the spots and the concentration where I've got that hyperpigmentation. I feel like this has helped tremendously as well to just kind of help uplift, and it helps the scarring. And I certainly do not get new scarring, which is what I'm mostly concerned about, because as much as I would love to say that I've stopped the habit of picking at my acne, I have not. So, but it doesn't. I do, however, prevent myself from getting more scars by using this mask. So that is my skincare when it comes to my acne breakouts and how I kind of get my skin back in check for that. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, the first part of the series. Like I said, I'll come up with different ones as well to show you guys, because I do have a ton of skincare, different reasons for things. But I will link as much of this as I can down below. Do not forget that you can get a discount code, again, with the Valentia skincare. And yeah, hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.